Let's go!
Ultimately, I would probably like to play corner.
MANSOOR DELANE commits to LSU. Is he bringing DBU back? Are you freaking kidding me? I believe after watching him for a full day, I'm wondering why didn't he go to the NFL? Yo, this guy can flat out play. And at this juncture, I can comfortably say he is the best defensive back in LSU's DB room. This was such a massive pickup, a guy that could play corner and at the same time read the game like a safety. This was actually a play at corner, but it was kind of safety-ish to come over here off the deflection, showing off the ball skills and getting multiple feet in bound to secure it. Wow. That's honestly the first thing that really stands out to me when I watch him. And by the way, you want to stay till the end because you're about to be blown away by this young man's football IQ, okay? I'm telling you, like, your mind will literally go kaboom knowing what we've had to go through these past couple seasons at DB. A guy that's actually going to go out there and make some plays. Look at this amazing INT versus one of the best passing attacks in all of college football. Are you kidding me? It's one of my favorite things about him is this guy just makes plays. I mean, I understand Zion Alexander did some of that this year as far as INTs are concerned, but man, this is definitely one of the best LSU defensive backs, at least since 2019 LSU. Now, once again, this was a clear overthrow, an easy INT, but the guy just has a knack for finding the football. Now, here he is as a younger player in the red zone. You can see he's showing press man, and then at the snap, he bails out and just stays with a bigger receiver, and they're throwing up a jump ball here on the road in the ACC. And watch his play. I mean, he's going to be angry at himself that he did not bring this football out down. Look at him catch this football at its highest point. I mean, he almost brought that down, but just the ball skills, ball location, ball tracking is ridiculous. Now, let's show you another angle of this one. I mean, this is very impressive, okay? Man, it's uncanny how good he is at timing his jumps. Right, so 3rd and 8, and I love DBs that do this, okay? So many defensive backs in this spot. They're just playing so conservatively, right? Because you're up 17-0, and yes, in a rivalry game, bowl eligibility on the line, you don't want to get beat over the top. But MANSOOR DELANE is like, hey, it's 3rd and 8. The chances of them actually just running a go ball is very, very, very small. So he bails, and then he actually sits and waits for this receiver, and he jumps all over it, right? Quarterback is thinking, hey, we're going to get some good soft press man coverage or just some soft coverage. But look at Delane. Now, obviously, the camera work wasn't the best. Just smother this wide receiver, snag it. I mean, just look at this. I mean, he is just straight up snatching this football out of the air, vice gripping this thing, and not only that, keeping his feet and going the other way. I'm telling you right now, I mean, when it comes to ball skills, I understand this is a bold statement, but definitely the best DB at LSU since Derek Stingley Jr. when it comes to high pointing and making those types of plays. I mean, just look at this, all right? Quarterback just staring this down. Obviously, that helps out in this situation. Ball also, I think, slightly got deflected. You could see this ball had some nasty English on it. So that makes this catch even more impressive. Yeah, it does look like it got tipped. So there is some nasty English on this, and that makes this catch even better. And by the way, this receiver, Micah Hudson, just entered the portal. He was thinking about declaring for the NFL draft. So this is an SEC caliber receiver that he just put into a blender. The thing that I like about him is he is physical. Look at him up here on Concepcion, a really, really talented NC State wide receiver. Watch his hit on 3rd and medium. Bang! Okay, just good old-fashioned smash mouth tackle football, baby. Love to see it. Now, this next run fit is even more impressive, and that's what makes him very interesting because he does have safety experience, right? Obviously, you heard at the beginning he prefers to play corner. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Once again, this quote will blow your mind in just a moment. But look at him take on This block obviously got tripped up there, but he still fights through it, and bang, physical. You freaking love to see it. Mansoor! And then right here, okay, guy crossing, middle of the field. These hits have gotten tougher, right? And look at this. Look at this. Bang! All right? Man, this is even more impressive considering 8 led his head into Delane, right? That should be target. I don't know why they never call targeting on offense. They should. And Delane, perfect form tackle. Obviously, Jacoby Stevens was really good at that. Look at that. I mean, man, I love the fact that he's also an enforcer. Here we go, NC State game again. All right, he is guessing. Obviously, look at the cerebral nature of this. There's so many instances where LSU is just so late to react. Obviously, he has some responsibilities here on the receiver. He reads that this is a run. It might have been a run blitz the whole way. I don't know. But he's unblocked. And look at him just knife in and make this play. Love to see it. Look at that. Bang. Perfect form tackle. Stop him right in the tracks. It looks just like the play you just saw. And it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous stuff. So this is something you'll see a lot of in the SEC, right? Quick screens to the outside. Watch what happens here, okay? Both of these guys are unblocked. Delane gets through this block, takes it on physically, keeps his outside shoulder free not to give up the sideline, fins off that blocker, bang, stops him right in the tracks. I mean, look at the hip explosion. Y'all, this is a corner. This is a corner. Boom! I mean, there's linebackers that don't tackle that well. I mean, it really is that ridiculous. All right, here we go. Split zone action here with the big tight end. All right, corner or the wide receiver, his job is to peel off and block this end. And then guess what? We need Mansoor to make the touchdown saver. If you don't make this one, he's probably scoring a touchdown. Gets him down immediately. Goes low on a big body. Here's a play from his true freshman season. Okay, strip it. Look at the ball skills. Look at that. Really good stuff right there. Almost able to scoop and score it as well. And one thing to keep in mind, obviously, you know, Virginia Tech being in the ACC, that's Jordan Travis, right? This is FSU, one of the better offenses in all of college football over the past couple of seasons. Johnny Wilson, who's in the NFL, he's 6'7". Look at this coverage. Look at this. Thing of beauty, okay? Wow. Obviously, he's not bulletproof. You know, you have press man over here at the top. This same receiver roasted us this year. 3. Press man, 3rd and 13. Pavia versus single high does the right thing. Start off looking left. You know you're going right all the way. Obviously, at the beginning of this rep, receiver actually gets physical with the DB. So he gets Delane off balance, swims over the top, and Delane is just beat. Okay? Doesn't help that the pocket is pristine, and Delane does a good job staying with the rep and making this catch as difficult as possible. But, you know, there are some of these. But this is what I love about him. On 3rd and Murfreesboro here, guess what? Receiver on the same drive tries to do the same thing. Puts his hand right into Delaney's chest, but guess what? He doesn't allow himself to get off balance. Notice this time he opens the gate just a little bit, so he's not getting pushed back. So 3 thought he could get him off balance again. That's not what happened. So Pavia once again sees that the safety help is over here. Give Virginia Tech's defense a lot of credit for trusting Mansoor to come back and make this play. And guess what? Pavia makes the right decision. Hey, we're going to try this again. And look at this. I mean, you really can't play DB any better than this. I mean, he is all over him, and they try to back shoulder it, and it's just thrown way out of bounds, okay? And he pops right back up, normally a good sign of athleticism.
Safety, I definitely say it's a very cerebral part of the game. You have to know everything. It's like, besides the middle linebacker, you dang the captain of the team, so, and you control how everything goes. So the safeties make calls, the corners. Versus corner, I say it's very easy compared to safety as far as play calling and stuff like that. You got deep thirds, quarters, stuff like that. But, you know, when you got safety, you have to worry about run fits and containing the quarterback and filling this zone. So that transition for me was very well, and I feel like I could still do both, at this point. So I feel like it brings more of an asset to my game.
Alrighty, so I'm going to give you my final grade of Mansoor Delane. So that quote, full question, answer, whatever, was from his freshman year. Okay, that was after he played 400 snaps of football. And since then, he has played over 700 snaps in each of the last 2 seasons. So the first big positive is up to this point in his career, he has been extremely, and I mean extremely durable. And, man, his football IQ is off the charts. I can't tell you how many times over the past couple of years the LSU DBs just didn't do the right thing, okay? Football IQ is really good, and it's infectious. So a guy that understands the nuances, once again, that was him talking as a freshman, is really, really, really impressive. Now, one thing I will say that is a bit of a red flag is his only game where he had an atrocious coverage grade was actually this one versus Vanderbilt. That's it. Every other game, the coverage grade, I think outside of, the Duke game per PFF, was really good. Obviously, he's not a perfect prospect, but I do think if he would have entered the NFL draft, he would have been, I would guess, a third, fourth-ish round pick. And he was obviously very coveted. So this was another case where LSU obviously paid up to go get someone. So that is also a very good sight to see. Now, as you guys can see, I am really bullish on him. There were a few things that I cut out of this that do concern me. And there is one overarching thing that applies to him that also applies to Jack Pyburn that I think is very difficult to discuss here. So if you want to hear, to me, my biggest red flag in the back of my mind, it is linked down below in the Patreon. But as you guys know, I try to be as objective and as honest as I possibly can. This is the best transfer portal defensive back that LSU has brought in, period. It just is. And you guys know how much I loved Jarek Bernard Converse. He is going to help Mansoor in a lot of different ways. So I am really excited about that. I'm excited that he does have some safety reps to his repertoire because obviously we still need help at safety, but there is just more extra oomph when it comes to being an outside corner. And, at the beginning I shared the clip of him saying, I prefer to play corner. Some of that is NFL draft related, as he mentioned, and I actually cut that part out. He really wants to be a professional corner. So I'm really excited to see what C. Ray and the secondary coaches are going to do with them. But you guys, we got ourselves a good one. And it feels so good. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom. And tonight, we're doing chicken. Let's go.